Most people in their younger years believe they have endless time. They wake up thinking they'll live forever, that mistakes don't matter, and that success will somehow just fall into place. But what you do early on in life doesn't just matter. It defines everything that comes after. There are certain truths, certain principles, that can save years of pain and confusion if they're understood early. Life doesn't hand you purpose. You have to build it. And the earlier you start, the better your foundation becomes. One of the most life-changing realizations is that discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. The ability to consistently do what matters, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching, is a foundation for greatness. When you rise before the world, when you exercise before the noise begins, when you commit to daily routines that sharpen your mind and strengthen your spirit, you separate yourself from the masses. Most people are ruled by comfort. They hit snooze, procrastinate, and choose easy paths. But the path to mastery is never easy. It demands sweat, discomfort, and relentless repetition. And yet, it rewards you with inner strength, confidence, and self-respect. Discipline also builds identity. Every time you choose growth over ease, every time you keep a promise to yourself, you start believing in your power. You begin to see yourself as someone worthy of success, someone who creates results. That belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. While others are trapped in a cycle of excuses, you become a creator of your habits, your day, and ultimately your life. Another crucial truth is that the environment you allow yourself to live in is silently shaping who you are becoming. You may believe you're immune to influence, that you can hang around negative people and consume low-quality content without it affecting you. But that's an illusion. Your surroundings sculpt your mindset, whether you notice it or not. If your closest circle is filled with complainers, cynics, or people with no ambition, their energy seeps into your thoughts. But if you surround yourself with builders, thinkers, and doers, your standards rise. You start seeing what's possible instead of what's comfortable. Guard your space. Make your room a place of calm, not chaos. Make your phone a tool for growth, not a device of distraction. Spend time with those who challenge your thinking, not those who simply validate your past. If you want to go far, you must travel with people who are also moving forward. The fastest way to upgrade your life is to upgrade your environment. Nothing changes if nothing around you does. But what really drives lasting transformation is inner mastery. You could have every opportunity, every resource, and still feel lost if your inner world is in conflict. It's not enough to chase goals. You have to heal. Learn to observe your thoughts without becoming them. Learn to sit with discomfort instead of running from it. Learn to ask yourself hard questions. What am I afraid of? What patterns keep repeating? What stories do I tell myself that hold me back? Emotional fitness is just as vital as physical health. Journaling, meditation, silence. These aren't luxuries, they're essentials. They help you build clarity and resilience. Life will throw storms your way. That's guaranteed. But if you've done the inner work, those storms won't shake your foundation. You'll know who you are, and that knowing will keep you grounded. It's also easy to get caught in a race for external success. Titles, followers, degrees, likes, salary. But one of the deepest lessons to learn early is that none of those things will fulfill you if your life is out of alignment. You could have a million eyes watching you and still feel invisible if you've lost sight of your soul. Real success is quiet. It's waking up at peace. It's knowing your work matters. It's living in a way that doesn't betray your values. You don't need to impress anyone. The people worth knowing are not impressed by your car, your watch, or your status. They're drawn to your energy, your kindness, your integrity. So focus less on looking important and more on being intentional. Instead of asking, what will people think? Ask, will this move me closer to the person I want to be? The sooner you realize that time is your most precious asset, the better. You can lose money and make it back. But time, once it's gone, it's gone. Yet we trade it so easily for distractions, for toxic conversations, for scrolling endlessly through other people's lives. The truth is, every moment is a vote for your future. You are either investing it in something that elevates you, or you're spending it in ways you'll regret later. Begin saying no, not out of selfishness, but out of clarity. No to anything that pulls you off course. No to people who drain your energy. No to habits that numb your potential. Use your time like a master craftsman uses his tools, with care, with focus, and with purpose. Let your calendar reflect your priorities. Block out time for health, learning, rest, relationships, and creativity. Be ruthless with your focus. You don't need to do everything. You just need to do the right things consistently. And perhaps the most sobering truth of all is that life is fragile. It doesn't wait for us to be ready. It doesn't ask for permission. It moves on whether we use it or not. And so many people reach the end of their lives not full, but filled with regret. Regret for the words they didn't say, the dreams they never chased, the risks they were too afraid to take. You're not promised a long life, but you are promised this moment. That's why it's so important to stop waiting for the perfect time, for more confidence, for someone to give you permission. Take the leap. Send the message. Start the project. Travel. Forgive. Love fully. Speak truthfully. Lie boldly. Fear will always be there, but courage is built in the doing. You don't need to feel fearless to act. You just need to act in spite of fear. That's how confidence is built, not by reading more, but by doing more, by stepping into the unknown and realizing you're stronger than you thought. The people who leave the deepest legacy are not the ones who played it safe. They're the ones who followed their heart, even when it didn't make sense. They're the ones who fell and got back up, the ones who built when others mocked, the ones who stayed kind, even when the world was cruel. This is your time to become that kind of person. Not someday now. You have something the world needs. A gift, a light, a voice. And it's your job to protect it, develop it, and offer it. Not for applause, but for impact. Not for ego, but for service. And remember, you're not behind. You're exactly where you're meant to be. Life is not a competition. Your journey is sacred. Don't compare your path to someone else's. Don't rush your growth. Water the seeds. Trust the process. Keep showing up. Small, consistent actions done daily create extraordinary results over time. You don't need a massive breakthrough. You need small wins stacked day after day. A page read, a workout completed, a distraction resisted, a kind word spoken, a quiet moment taken. These are the invisible bricks of a well-lived life. So live with intention. Stay humble. Stay hungry. Keep learning. Stay open. And most importantly, don't let life harden you. Stay soft. Stay kind. Protect your fire. Protect your peace. Build a life that feels good on the inside, not just one that looks good on the outside. One day, you'll look back and realize that everything mattered. The mornings you didn't feel like rising but did. The books you read. The boundaries you set. The time you spent alone. The deep conversations. The discipline. The risks. The growth. It all counted. And it all added up to the life you built.